Good morning. I hope this finds you well. We're going to talk about 8.2, which is adding and subtracting rational expressions, which are fractions. Adding fractions, you got to make sure that you have the common denominator. So when you do that, you have to multiply by the denominator of the left side to the right side. You want to use the LCM. When you subtract, you got to do the same thing. So the first thing is the LCM, or common denominator. So please bear with me. Just stuff is not working today. So the first thing of the LCM is you need to look at the numerical values. What is the number that 16, 8, and 5 can all multiply into? So what's the first number that they all multiply into? Usually, to find that value, you take the smallest times the largest, because that would guarantee that these two numbers will meet, especially if that third number could go into the largest or the smallest number. So 16 times 5 for the products, 16, 8, 5. The multiples of 16 are 16, 32, 48, 64, 80. Eddie, no. Shh. Out. Eddie, you need to go. Go watch Mickey Mouse. Eddie, go watch Mickey Mouse. Be quiet. Shh. So 80 is the first number that 5 can go into, and 8 also goes into it, so my LCM is 80. The next thing you have is you have an x, an x squared, and an x cubed. The first value that all three of these can go into is the one with the highest exponent, so you take x cubed. No. Same thing with the variables. They all need to have a y, and so you pick the one with the highest exponent, y cubed. So my LCM is 80 x cubed y cubed. Out of these, you need a factor and see what each one has. So out of this first one, I have a 3y times y minus 3. So I factor the first term, just break it down. When I factor this term, I'm going to have a y minus 3 and a y minus 5. So the LCM, when it comes to polynomials, you want to find the value that is all the parts. So each of them both have a y minus 3, so that is a part of my LCM. So y minus 3. This first term has a 3y. Eddie, no. Put it back. Sit down. No. So, apologize. This first term has a 3y and a y minus 3. The second term has a y minus 3 and a y minus 5. So what you need to do is you need to count for every part that you have and then every part that you don't have. So I have a 3 or a y minus 3 in both parts, so that's the shared part. 3y is needed, so I'm going to put that in front. And a y minus 5 is needed. So this here would be my LCM. Meaning, what's the smallest number that all three of them would multiply into? And I'm going to switch from pencil to pen. This is going to be fun. My child broke my whiteout yesterday, so if I make a mistake, I'm not going to, because I'm just going to write it down on a piece of paper. So the next one is 12y over 5x plus 4y cubed 5x. Now you can't cancel anything out because they are not like fractions, so they don't have anything the same. So you have to be careful about what you do. Be nice to cancel out, but you can't do anything until you get a common denominator. So the first thing is you ask yourself, what is the same on both sides? And also, if you cancel out, you'd get back to where you're at. So the same, can't cancel anything on top, can't cancel anything here. So this one is missing 4y cubed on top, because you got to multiply by the value of 1. Over here in the denominator, I'm missing 5x. So I'm multiply by 5x. So on the top, when I multiply on the left side, So on the left side, I'm going to get 4 times 12, which is 48. Y to the 4th. And then on the right side, 5x times 5x is going to be 25x squared. Common denominator is going to be these two times each other. So 5 times 4 is 20. It's going to be all over 20 x y cubed. And that's your final answer. So what you're doing is you're getting a common denominator by making the denominators the same. You multiply the two fractions to be similar, and then if you can cancel things out, you do, but both parts on the top have to have the same thing. So if this has an x and this has an x, then you can cancel with an x on the denominator, which means you would simplify your fraction before you start. All right, moving on to B. Oh, I apologize, my nose is running. 7b over 12a minus 1 over 18ab cubed. So, on this one, they both have an a, so I don't need an a. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually write down what my LCM. So I'm going to take 12a and 18ab cubed, and I'm going to write down my LCM. So my LCM is going to be the first number that 12 and 18 both go into, which would be 36. So I have a 36. They both have an a, b cubed. So I need to figure out how to make 12a become this, and I need to figure out how to make 18ab cubed become this. So on 18ab cubed, the variables are the same, I just need to take 18 times 2. So I'm going to take this times 2. 12a, in order to make 12a become this, I'm going to take it times 3. I have the a, b cubed. So what that means is on this fraction here, I'm going to take it times 3b cubed on the top and the bottom because I got to multiply by the value of 1. And here on the denominator, or the other fraction, I'm going to multiply both top and bottom by 2. So I'm going to just rewrite that out. So I'm going to have 3b cubed over 3b cubed, because I'm going to multiply by the value of 1. I'm going to write down 2 divided by 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-put in this problem. So I got 7b over 12a minus 1 over 18ab cubed. So when I multiply these, what will happen is I will get that 36ab cubed, because I take 12 times 3, I'm going to get 36. Ouch. ab cubed, and 18 times 2 is 36ab cubed. So on the denominator, I know my denominator is going to be my LCM. So 36ab cubed is on the bottom. On the top, it's just going to be the product. So 7 times 3 is 21. B times b cubed is b to the 4th. Minus 1 times 2, which is 2. And that's my actual answer. The only way to get good at these is to practice and figure out what your LCMs are, which is why you need to do your LCMs. So 4x over x squared plus 9x plus 18 plus 5 over x plus 6. So my denominators are x plus 6, and I'm going to factor this because you always want to factor anything that you have. The factors of 18 that add up to be 9 are x plus 6 and x plus 3. So I have x plus 6, and then my other one is x plus 6 and x plus 3. So my LCM is going to be what is the same. When it's polynomials, what is the same? So I have an x plus 6, and then what is different. So my LCM, I'm going to write in a different color, is going to just be x plus 6 and x plus 3. So that's what my denominator is going to be. Okay. The left side has both parts, so I don't need to multiply anything here. So I'm just going to drop down that 4x in light blue because I don't need to change anything on this fraction. So that's going to be just 4x plus, however, on this one I only have x plus 6. So in order to make this x plus 6 look like this, I need to multiply this by x plus 3 in green. So that means I need to take my 5 times that x plus 3. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to write that in dark blue. So 5 times x plus 3, and I need to simplify this. 5x plus 15, so really, excuse me while I move my thing again here. That would be 5x plus 15 plus 4x, and so I can combine like terms. I have a 4x and a 5x, so that's going to be 9x. So my final answer, combining everything, I'm going to write in a different color here. On top of that, I'll write it in pink because I don't know where my red is. Ooh, no, I'll write it in teal. So simplifying this, I'm going to have 9x plus 15 over x plus 6 and x plus 3. So simplifying, it seems like you would be able to simplify it. You can't. The reason for this is you have to get a common denominator, and if you could simplify, any simplifying would be done beforehand. Very seldom will you come across something that you will be able to simplify. So I'm going to pause that there and let that be part 1, and then I will get part 2 going here in just a few seconds, and there'll be a 2-part video.